In recent times, the idea of chosen ones has been gaining popularity on the internet, a view where certain people are predestined for a divine mission or have a special connection with God from birth. This theory, spread by many channels, seems to create a division between the chosen ones and the rest of humanity, as if only a specific group has access to a higher purpose. Our channel approaches this idea with caution. In the doctrines we study, there is no basis to support the notion that someone is designated for something so specific without merit and personal development over several lifetimes. And that's exactly what we'll discuss today. But before we dive in, leave us a like. It only takes a second, and it helps us keep creating serious spiritual content like this amid the ocean of absurd information on the internet. Plus, it helps spread this message to others. This way, you're not just a viewer, you're a protagonist in the transformation of your own life and the lives of others. Returning to our topic, the theory of the chosen ones might sound attractive. After all, we all want to feel special. However, if we think deeply, the concept of chosen ones as a spiritual elite doesn't seem to align with the spiritual values or doctrines we follow, such as Spiritism or the Rosicrucian tradition, which advocate for universality and equality among spiritual beings. If you follow another spiritual path, share with us in the comments. We are all spirits in evolution, and thus none of us would be favorites in divine eyes. On the contrary, according to these doctrines, God is an impartial and just being, offering equal opportunities for learning to everyone, regardless of their initial situation or condition. This belief in chosen ones creates a distorted view, as it excludes the idea of personal effort and merit. The notion that God would choose some people, but not others, from birth suggests he might favor some of his own children. This contradicts the logic of divine justice, one of the most important foundations we uphold on our channel. Is it the same in your religion? Let us know in the comments below. We are all called to evolve and work toward the good, but this depends on our actions and conscious choices, not on predestination. Therefore, the idea of chosen ones seems more related to an ego-driven need to feel special rather than a spiritual reality. It's also worth noting that this chosen ones theory can become an obstacle to our personal evolution. Believing we are already special can make us complacent, thinking there's not much left to accomplish. This goes against the practice of humility and constant discipline. The spiritual journey is about continuous overcoming, and accepting ourselves as beings in progress is an important part of that path. Our channel brings this perspective to show that the true chosen one is the one who, by free will, dedicates themselves to growth, learning, and service. We don't believe that divine love makes distinctions or favors some over others. So, instead of seeking evidence that we are chosen, why not commit to living as conscious beings, placing our talents and energy in the service of goodness and spiritual growth? This is the true calling, accessible to everyone, regardless of any special label. With each choice we make in favor of goodness, we become chosen ones, in a sense because we commit to aligning ourselves with the universal forces of love and wisdom. This approach on our channel, then, does not view the chosen one as someone separate but rather as someone who stands out through their actions and decisions. We want to make this point clear because occasionally, we might use terms like chosen one in titles or descriptions to help our content reach an audience interested in these themes. However, whenever we use this word, we bring along a clear and conscious explanation that we are not promoting the view that some are elected by God while others are not. For us, everyone is called to learn and evolve, and it's up to each one to respond to this calling. Using the term chosen one in our content also serves to show that anyone can choose themselves to walk a path of spiritual elevation by making conscious choices that benefit themselves and others. So, being a chosen one within the context of our channel isn't about being superior to others but about taking responsibility to improve oneself and contribute positively to the world. Our goal is to inspire everyone to see themselves as part of this collective transformation. Additionally, the approach of our channel also emphasizes that this spiritual journey is not about glorifying the ego but purifying it. We want everyone to understand that evolution is not a path of showing superiority but one of service, empathy, and compassion. Throughout our lives, we are constantly rediscovering and expanding our consciousness, and this isn't something destined for a select few. We all have this opportunity. From a Rosicrucian perspective, for example, life is a school where everyone is learning, and the differences in advancement between souls are merely the result of each one's effort. Similarly, Spiritism teaches us that we are all equal before God and that there are no privileges in divine creation. only individual responsibility. Moreover, the notion of being a chosen one tends to reinforce the idea of a path without sacrifices or challenges, which does not align with the reality of those who seek spiritual evolution. In recent years, a concerning phenomenon has emerged within online spiritual communities: the rise of charlatans who take advantage of people's search for spiritual knowledge and belonging. Many of these individuals have used the chosen ones theory to create an enticing narrative, promising that you are special or chosen by God for a unique purpose. While this message may seem inspiring, it's crucial to be aware that behind the seductive words, there is often the intent to manipulate, deceive, and eventually profit at your expense. These charlatans know exactly how to appeal to human emotions. They employ emotional marketing techniques, making you feel special, selected, and often superior to others. This idea of being a chosen one can create a deep emotional connection, making you believe that your spiritual journey is unique. However, it's essential to remember that, in many cases, this is a carefully crafted trap to convince you to purchase products, courses, or services that, in reality, have no genuine spiritual value. Instead of illuminating your path, these charlatans can divert you from your true journey, leading you to invest time and resources in empty promises. Furthermore, lacking a solid and critical foundation in the spiritual beliefs you adopt can open doors to confusion and contradictions. With easy access to information on the internet, it's easy to fall into the trap of absorbing contradictory teachings, forming a foundation of beliefs that can be shallow and poorly grounded. This lack of a solid foundation in your spiritual beliefs can easily lead to confusion and contradiction. With the overwhelming amount of spiritual information online, it's easy to fall into the trap of absorbing conflicting teachings, building a belief system that may be superficial or poorly grounded. This is why it's so important to engage with reliable sources and to critically evaluate spiritual guidance to ensure it aligns with genuine, uplifting principles. We believe that each person's spiritual journey is unique, and although certain teachings may resonate differently with different people, it is essential to be cautious with those who make grandiose claims without concrete spiritual value. As much as we would like to believe in miraculous shortcuts and exclusive paths to enlightenment, true spiritual growth often involves steady, patient effort and a commitment to self-improvement and understanding. In summary, we urge our viewers to be mindful of who they choose to follow on their spiritual path. The journey is sacred, and it should be protected from influences that might mislead or exploit vulnerable seekers. Be critical and mindful of the information you consume, and don't let the idea of being a chosen one distract you from your true potential. The real spiritual journey is one where you become the author of your own story, and it's time to embrace that. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that will enrich your quest for understanding and spiritual evolution. Also, feel free to share this video with your friends and in spiritual groups. See you next time. Peace profound.